fight, and I'll say Parker. I want to fight Parker definitely, and hopefully Turkey might hear this and make it happen in England, make it happen in Wembley.
Joseph Parker will come in at a career heaviest, and he's put that weight, and I think one to absorb and to be able to wrestle that young lion in.
People are still shocked. Daniel Dubois just got knocked out by Usyk, and now he's calling out Joseph Parker? That's the part that makes no sense. He lost badly, got outboxed, and now he's yelling, "I'm better than ever"? Fans don't believe it. Joseph Parker is not the guy you chase when your confidence is already hurt. This just feels like the wrong move at the worst time.
I'm just ready to fight now. It's just, let's get it on. Let's get it on now. I want to entertain the people. I want to entertain the...
Joseph Parker stays calm and smart. While Dubois talks about being on a higher level, Parker talks about smart boxing, hit and don't get hit. That's called using your brain, not just big words. And let's be honest, Parker has taken punches from stronger fighters and still stood tall. If Dubois wants to fight him, he'll need more than just loud talk.
I've showed it in the past and I'll show it again. But it's not so much about taking these punches, it's about going out there and performing and hitting and not getting it.
Joseph Parker gives Dubois a real wake-up call. He's calm, sharp, and means business. No shouting, no drama, just focus. While Dubois is yelling to get noticed, Parker is quietly getting ready to beat him in the ring. That's not just a reply, it's a serious warning. And if Dubois thinks this fight will be easy, he clearly doesn't remember who Parker really is.
Daniel, or you know that you're going to get a well-prepared fighter who's the champion of the world and who wants to remain champion of the world. But my goal is to take that away from him and be champion myself.
When Daniel Dubois says he still has unfinished business, like he didn't just get schooled by Usyk at Wembley, he's dreaming. The truth is, Joseph Parker is already ahead in skill, strength, and smarts. Just shouting for big fights doesn't mean you deserve them. Fans want real talent, not just talk. What do you think? Tell us in the comments.
Johnny Nelson, we're about to put out an R&B album, so don't you worry.
I'm your backing dancer. I'm your backing dancer.
Now, you might not believe we're in Saudi Arabia because we're both wearing our hoodies.
Johnny Nelson says it plain and clear, Parker's the better boxer, and that's what sets champions apart from just strong fighters. Dubois may hit hard, but Parker brings smart moves, perfect timing, and calm in crazy moments. Nelson's not alone. Real boxing fans already know Parker doesn't need to be taller. His skills say it all.
In Daniel Dubois, and not to fight fire with fire. I think the better technical boxer is Joseph Parker.
Andy Lee didn't sugarcoat it. And he's right. Dubois is being exposed for what he really is. A copy of real heavyweights, but not quite the real thing. He's not faster than Wilder, not stronger than Joyce, and nowhere near as smart as the southpaws Parker's already fought. So what is Dubois really offering? Another weak excuse if things go wrong? Another I didn't quit moment while laying on the mat? Andy kept it real. Parker's already been in the ring with killers. Dubois, he's still trying to find his roar. That big body didn't help him against Usyk, and it won't help when Parker starts digging shots into his ribs and jaw. This isn't a challenge for Joe, it's a warm-up, but if Dubois wants the smoke, Parker's ready to show him that respect in boxing isn't shouted, it's earned.
Physique of Dubois, he's not bigger than Zhang. He's not as fast as Wilder. So Joe's faced all these things that Dubois has, but not to the same extent.
And just when you thought Andy was done roasting Dubois, he went even harder. He called out Dubois' mindset plain and clear. Whether Daniel's locked in or just scrolling TikTok, dreaming of some redemption arc, Parker wins either way. That's how sure Andy is. And honestly, why shouldn't he be? Dubois already backed out once when the pressure rose, then got dropped by Usyk like a prayer with no answer. Now he's throwing around unfinished business? Come on, if Dubois isn't fully focused, Parker finishes him even faster. And if he is focused, even better, because then Joe gets to beat the best version of Dubois and shut down every excuse once and for all. Andy Lee isn't getting ready for a close fight. He's getting ready for a clear win. Dubois may be chasing hype, but if this fight happens, the fans are about to watch a one-sided lesson where Parker sends Dubois right back to the drawing board.
He'll be focused on Joe. I hope he's focused on Joe. I hope he is, because I know Joe can win either way. Even if he is or isn't like overlooking him, I know Joe can beat Dubois.
Even Eddie Hearn, who's never one to stay quiet when a new star is rising, can see what's coming. This is Parker's moment. He's locked in with his body, his mind, and his focus. He's not weighed down by pressure like Dubois. He's feeding off the spotlight. You can tell just by how he walks, trains, and talks. No nerves, no drama, no excuses. Meanwhile, Dubois always looks like he just woke up from a nightmare, or is about to walk into one. Parker's not chasing belts, he's reclaiming his place in boxing history. And every time Eddie throws a spark of support his way, it's like the boxing world quietly nods. Dubois isn't built for someone as cool and calculated as Joe. Eddie didn't need to say Parker would win. His quiet confidence already did. The signs are all there. And Parker, he's ready to take the throne again.
In life. And Joe Parker, this is the right time for him. It doesn't mean he's going to win. But I'll tell you what, he'll never get a better chance because mentally, physically, I think even spiritually, like you can see how happy he is in his preparation and in life at the moment, that this just might be the right time for him to become a two-time world heavyweight champion.
While Joe Parker keeps rising, Dubois is still struggling to find his footing, and even Frank Warren seems to know it. Instead of sounding like a confident promoter, Frank talks like a worried uncle. That alone says everything. He called it a tough night, a career-defining loss, and said Dubois can bounce back, but only if he learns how to stay on his feet when the going gets rough. The defeat to Usyk wasn't just about skills, it exposed a lack of heart, calm, and mental strength. And sadly, Dubois came up short in every area. You could hear it in Frank's voice, the pauses, the worry, the careful words. That's not how people talk about future champions. Parker doesn't need sympathy, he earns respect. Meanwhile, Dubois is right back at square one, hoping one good win can rewrite his story. But if Parker's the next man in front of him, that one shot might be the one that breaks him for good.
He don't learn from it and he won't come again, but it's up to him. You know, it was a tough night for him, a tough night. Is he okay, like health-wise? He's obviously very, very disappointed. But in terms of, that was brutal, that knockout, Frank. Is he okay? He got up, he got up at 10. He weren't brutal, he weren't whole.
And you know who saw it all before it even happened? Joseph Parker. After Dubois got dismantled by Usyk, Parker didn't gloat. He gave a calm, honest take. No shock, no pity, just cold, clear truth. He spoke like a man who'd already read the ending before the book even opened. He broke down the fight like he was watching a plan unfold exactly as expected. Usyk picked Dubois apart, bit by bit, and Parker, he saw it coming. That's the insight of a fighter who knows what happens when a boxer has no plan B, when the early power fades and there's nothing left behind it. Dubois landed some shots, sure, but the moment it got hard, he folded. Parker admired Usyk's patience, but let's be honest, he knows he can pull off the same thing. He's got the timing, the chin, the movement, and when Dubois starts to second-guess himself in that ring, and he will, Parker won't hesitate. He'll step in and take over. No panic, no rush, just calm, quiet control. That's what makes Parker truly dangerous.
You know that he broke him down, right? He broke him down, he was patient. Then Dubois did, for me, looked better. Like landed some good shots in the beginning, it was going back and forth. Then he got Usyk's attention, but he was patient. Feints, movement.
Adam Smith didn't sugarcoat it. He said what everyone else was thinking, but didn't say out loud what was Dubois doing partying before the biggest fight of his life. That wasn't confidence. That was straight up delusion. You don't get ready for a master technician like Usyk with Instagram posts and nightclub energy. You get ready with sacrifice, with discipline, with that tunnel vision only real contenders possess. And Dubois? He brought none of it. Smith nailed it. This was a jump in levels, and Dubois got exposed. He wasn't ready physically, mentally, or emotionally. Worst of all, he didn't even seem to realize how massive the moment was. He treated Fight Week like a holiday, not a battlefield. Parker? Different story altogether. He locks in like a soldier prepping for war. No fluff, no distractions, just hard work, precision, and purpose. That's the separation. That's why Parker's not just ready, he's dangerous. And if Dubois walks into that ring with the same shallow mindset, he's not just losing, he's getting taught a painful public...
It's not the way that I think you should prepare for an undisputed heavyweight championship. I can't see how his mind... Surely you want to give yourself the best possible chance. That said, he went out, he gave it his best, and he lost. He lost to the better man.
Dave Coldwell just hit the nerve that no one wants to admit. Dubois doesn't have a problem with skill or size. His real Achilles heel? pressure. And not just in the ring, but outside it too. The noise, the hype, the entourage that chants, "You've got this," without realizing they're piling weight on a man still learning how to carry it. Dubois doesn't rise under that. He sinks. We saw the system crash against Joe Joyce. We saw it again with Usyk. The moment adversity walks in, Dubois shuts down like a fighter trying to solve a puzzle he's never studied for. But Parker? He's built from different materials. He doesn't just handle pressure, he thrives in it. He's gone toe-to-toe with Joshua in a stadium packed with heat. Survived wars with Chisora, Ruiz, Zhang. No blinking, no excuses. That's the kind of experience you don't fake. You earn it. Coldwell isn't being harsh. He's telling the cold truth. Dubois is still trying to convince himself he belongs in these moments. Parker knows he does. And when the bell rings, if there's even a flicker of doubt in Dubois' eyes, Parker won't just see it, he'll smell it. And that's when things get dark fast. Because in boxing, fragile minds don't break slowly. They shatter all at once.
It's there's pressure coming on more and more, even by people just saying, "Good luck, mate. You've got this, mate. You're gonna smash him, mate." It's just a bit more pressure, a bit more tension, a bit more expectancy from them that's added on to the fighter. The fighter's going into the ring not only wanting to win the fight for himself, but also feels the added pressure from the...
And in the aftermath, Dubois' team tried defending his decisions, but it only made things worse. Don Charles. And in the aftermath, Dubois' camp did what shaky camps often do. Deflect. Don Charles came out swinging not with strategy but spin, defending Dubois' party antics like it was part of some genius psychological prep. It worked before, he said. Mate, before what? Before Usyk dismantled him? Before the pressure cooked him alive under the brightest lights? What worked once doesn't make it gospel, especially not when you're facing one of the most disciplined and calculated men in the division. If your fighter needs a house party to feel good before war, you're not prepping a warrior, you're babysitting morale. That's not elite, that's reckless. Meanwhile, Parker's camp? No distractions, no fluff, just grit, focus, and the kind of silence that makes noise on fight night. And the wild part, Don Charles tried using the AJ loss to justify their process, a fight Dubois also lost. That's not evidence, that's a self-own. The fans aren't dumb. They saw the unraveling. There was no genius, just a fighter lost in fog, while Parker watched from a distance calculating. Parker doesn't throw parties before war. He throws punches that rewrite careers, and if Dubois' team marches into this next fight with the same mindset, it won't be just a loss. It'll be a career collapse broadcast in HD.
This party at the house prior to getting to Wembley was against AJ and it worked. So that's a genius move by the father, right?
No one criticized it when it worked.
So that's a genius move, right? No one criticized it because people were just fixing on the ring walk. Right? So that's a genius move because it worked.
Even Derek Chisora, blunt, brutal, and never shy, cut through the noise with a truth bomb that left no room for spin. If you fight a man who isn't 100%, it's not a victory, it's a con. And that's the cloud hanging over Dubois right now. From injury whispers to pre-fight partying to a string of emotionally vacant performances, it's become a circus of excuses. And Chisora? He's not having any of it. Neither is the boxing world. You don't get to fall apart against Usyk, call foul after being outclassed, then start barking at Joseph Parker like none of it happened. Want a belt? Earn it. Want Parker? Prove you can last a war without emotionally flatlining. Chisora's message lands because it bypasses PR and marketing fluff. This is about accountability. Dubois has been handed golden opportunities, and when the lights came on, he flinched. Now he's tossing out callouts like a man rewriting history. But Parker? He's no chapter in a redemption story. He's a cold finisher with a polite smile and bad intentions. And here's the harsh truth. If Dubois comes in with half the preparation and all of the denial, Parker won't just beat him, he'll ruin him. And this time, there'll be no excuses left to hide behind.
Sick, motherfucker go sick. You can't fight a sick man.
Okay, you can't fight a sick man, but you can wait until that man gets well so you can get your title shot.
That man is not fighting him now.
This isn't just a grudge match, it's a reckoning. Daniel Dubois calling out Joseph Parker after getting dismantled by Usyk. That's not confidence, that's desperation. A fighter clawing for credibility after crumbling when it mattered most. Meanwhile, Parker hasn't said much, but his silence is surgical. He's not rattled. He's not reacting. He's preparing, quietly, sharpening, focused. For Dubois, this is about redemption. For Parker, it's business, legacy, a second world title shot within reach. If Joe wins, he reclaims his seat at the heavyweight table, proving once again that discipline, IQ, and grit beat hype every time. If Dubois pulls off the upset, he resets the narrative, finally earns his respect, and silences the ghosts of Joyce, Usyk, and every doubter in between. This isn't just about belts or rankings. It's about identity. It's about fire. It's about legacy. Can Dubois survive the storm, or will Parker remind him why there are levels in this game? One thing's for sure, after this fight, somebody's career will never be the same. So tell us, does Parker school him again, or does Dubois finally rise from the ashes? Drop your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because this war is just getting started.